Hey everyone, we are here at Gold Cash Gold.
Nick drinks.
With my friend Marlowe. We're going to be talking about the new cocktail line that they have for dinner and for brunch. And this is a no juice bar. And as far as he knows, that is the only one that is in Michigan, but it's a thing. You want to tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, I think with some exceptions, someone wants a daiquiri or a classic cocktail that involves citrus, we have small amounts. But conceptually, the menu was built around a limited number of touches, a lot of compound syrups, and like you said, no juice. And now, after 2 years of research and development, myself and Keenan Plant, like my senior bartender, we've kind of come up with a proprietary system. And the end result is a syrup that is the marriage of a sweetener and a citrus. So using things like lime acid, so like citric acid, malic acid, succinic acid, or lactic acid, seasoning syrups like salt, we've been able to achieve something that's not quite juice, not quite syrup, and has this wonderful candy quality to it. And so that's like pretty much the focal point of our new beverage program. So because of the concentration of sugar, there's not a lot of room for bacteria to grow. Because we're fortifying with small amounts of very high proof alcohol, it keeps microbial growth down. So our sherbets are stable for around 3 months, and then our clarified milk punches will, if properly sealed, they'll outlast me. I could die, I'll die before these sherbets are, these are bad. I think taking it a step further by willing to make radical leaps, like the no juice idea, or cheeky leaps, kind of making like sillier cocktails or bringing back ingredients that other people don't use. If you kind of abandon like your ideas of pretense and then the ideas of trying to please everybody, and then I think most of all, in the words of like Kendrick Lamar, if you be humble, if you abandon this idea of trying to be the best, I think you find a lot more room to play and a lot more room to think about things creatively. So this is the Cloud Age Symphony. It's kind of the first cross-built drink on our menu for brunch and for dinner. I hesitate to call it this, but a cachaça margarita. So essentially it's 2 parts of solo cachaça to 1 part of an orange lime sherbet. So the orange lime sherbet is a very precise arrangement of orange and lime zest cooked in a precise arrangement of orange and lime juice with lime acid and salt. So you wind up with this kind of fusion of what in a margarita would be, say, the agave, the dry curacao, and the lime. So we have that all in there, so it comes out this luscious, candied, rich, orange flavor, nice lime acid, and it allows the cachaça to bloom. The other one we showed off is called the Pellegrini, and that's actually really near and dear to my heart because the Pellegrini was like one of my first big failures. I think like 5 years ago I entered a mellow corn competition, and I thought I was being really funny making a mellow corn oolong Manhattan, because I'm really big into tea, tea's my thing. And I remember thinking I was so smart. Like I was like, what a cool thing to do, and I got rejected. And I was like, this is a waste of this drink. So I kind of returned to it without the mellow corn, but it's kind of inspired by a bijou, which is my favorite classic cocktail. So it's Rittenhouse rye, a lovely Formosa oolong tea syrup that I make from tea from Germac, Koki Rosa, Bartlett pear infused Dolan Genepi, grapefruit bitters, and salt. And the salt is really the commonality here, and actually with all of these. So all of our drinks, from their syrup making process, when we're actually cooking the syrup, to when we're preparing the drink, everything is salted. So with everything, what I tried to do, one of the things I realized putting this program together is there's only ever been 5 cocktails in the history of the world. There's the Manhattan / Martini, the Old Fashioned / Sazerac, the Collins, the Bijou, and the Sour. And I think you can pretty much trace any cocktail to those 5. And so when you understand that you're not going to invent anything that's different from those, and when you understand that you're never going to make anything better than a daiquiri, because you just won't, there's no drink, you're kind of free to just go fine, I'm going to work in this framework. Our dinner menu is divided into 3 categories: sunlight, starlight, and moonlight. One of the things I love about innovative cocktail menus is that they allow the drinker to kind of self-educate and make up their mind before the server or bartender even reaches them. You get hints, you get clues. And I don't think it should be something so obvious, but I think sunlight conjures in your mind a drink like this, right? Something refreshing. Moonlight conjures something a little bit more boozy, a little more complex. Starlight is I don't know, I just love the word, but it was meant to be this kind of a category of ethereal drinks. So it was fun doing that menu, and then our patio menu is all based off Southeast Asian and South American soft drinks. So we have a Calpico cocktail, which is Japanese milk-based, non-carbonated soft drink. We have a Korean aloe drink cocktail with sake and absinthe. We have a homemade Puerto Rican champagne cola. It's very, basically a riff on Tropicola that I made myself. And then our brunch cocktails are really, I have a very strong belief brunch cocktails should be dumb. I think brunch itself is a ridiculous concept. And I say that as a very popular brunch location, someone who eats brunch, I think brunch is silly, right? I think it's an arbitrary term for a time of day where you get to do whatever. You can drink whenever, you can eat avocados whenever. things born out of necessity, spirits that I inherited that I wasn't using otherwise. So peanut butter washed Jameson Black Barrel orange juice jelly drinks, blue curacao whole egg flips that your sommelier friend challenged you to make. Yeah, I've like trying to make drinks that were kind of as goofy to me as the concept of brunch itself. We're at 2100 Michigan Avenue here in Corktown. Yeah, and we're open every day except for Monday, brunch Saturday and Sunday, and dinner cocktails until 10 every night. I mean, unless you get me a good and liquor drunk, because then I'll stay open as long as you want.
There's a tip. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you,
appreciate
Nick.
it.
My pleasure.
Nick drinks.
We are in Gold Cash Gold. I am talking to Marlowe, who has some new cocktails that are out for both brunch and for dinner. And what's unique is this is actually going to be a juice-only bar. And as far as we know,
No juice bar.
no juice bar.
A juice-only bar. Spirits.
It's a
We're
juice
not
bar.
even here.
We are here at a juice bar.
Welcome to Beyond Juicery in Eastern Market. My name is Marlowe Johnson. I'm a cold press machine, the human being.